updo, perfect for any formal occasion or even every day if you just want to be fancy. It can still be done with shorter hair, it will just be slightly modified. Let me tell you what's going on here first. I thought it was pretty funny, me fighting my hair. Not that you need to watch me fight my hair in order to learn this tutorial, but I'm going to tell you where I got this hairstyle from in the meantime. It started off with me trying to do the milkmaid braids on myself, which is a famous hairstyle. But apparently if your hair is long enough to sit on, you can't be a milkmaid. Mine ended up being called the royale updo because my braids were wrapped around and around my head instead of from just one side to the other. First, what you need to do is brush out or comb out your hair completely. You don't want any tangles or knots. I'm using this detangular spray in the scent Twirlin' Strawberry. I'm also using this giant brush by Bedhead. It's made very well, high quality, and works fabulously, and I recommend it to anyone and everyone. A few more things you're going to need to complete this hairstyle are hairspray, bobby pins, a comb, and either a flat iron or a curling iron. I'll show you what I'm using in just a second. Don't mind me singing here. I am singing my favorite song as I fight this hair, and I thought this was funny. It looks like this head of hair has actually drove me to drink, but don't worry guys, this is sparkling mineral water from Italy. Now what you want to do is grab a comb, any comb. This is the one I'm using. It's by the brand Goody. The first part you're going to make is kind of start where your eyebrow arches and go straight back and separate it nicely. The next part is going to go diagonal from the middle of that line to where the other eyebrow arches. See how it kind of looks like a triangle? And separate it nicely again. The next part goes from the middle of that first line you made down to your other ear and separate that nicely as well. One last part going from this triangle straight back as if you were making pigtails. Separate the whole rest of your head into two sections and put each one in front of your shoulders. And this right here, what I'm doing, you can use hair clips or hair ties for this. I just didn't go all the way across the house to get the hair clips, so since I have enough hair, sometimes I just tie it in knots to section it off, and that's just to hold it out of the way. Now take one of the sides and braid it into a regular braid. Hopefully you know how to braid. If not, just let me know. And here I'm just showing you my hair is actually so long it doesn't fit within the frame. I believe I actually eventually ended up with two braids on each side. You can do it either way you like. Take one of the braids and twist it forward until it feels tight and secure enough to you. Lay it flat, wrap it around the front of your head to the opposite ear, pin it behind your ear with a bobby pin, and then take as many other bobby pins as you need and pin the entire braid down until it feels tight and secure enough for you. Personally, I used 3 on this front braid. I do have jet black hair, so I use jet black bobby pins. You're going to need a whole pile of bobby pins that match your hair color. Do the same thing on the other side. Take a braid and twist it forward to make it tight and secure. Lay it flat and up against the other braid. Wrap it around your hair to the opposite ear and pin it behind your ear with a bobby pin. And then proceed to pin down the entire braid until it feels secure. And this is where the length of your hair is going to determine the modification in your hairstyle. What you do from here is take whatever's left of the ends of your braids and arrange them how you think it looks best, and then pin them down until you think they feel secure. If there's any pieces sticking up from the ends of your braid or anywhere else, what you can do is tuck them in anywhere possible and even pin them down as well if you need to. Alright, and once all that is pinned up perfectly, we're going to take this sectioned off piece and take the knot out and brush it or comb it until it's completely smooth and nice, so that we can style this part as well. For this portion of the hair, I'm actually going to tease it, or what's also called back combing it. I have the perfect tool for that. This brush I'm using is called Amped Up by Cricut, and it has different lengths of bristles, and it's very thin so that you can get in there, and it's perfect for this task. And this is how I tease my hair or back comb. I hold the section of hair up in the air and brush down towards the scalp over and over again. I do spray it with hairspray to hold even better. This hairspray that I'm using is by Aussie. It's called You Can Shine, and it's a high hold plus a high shine finish. I do really like it. I've almost used the entire can already, as well as the detangler that I was just using. Next, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Take the other sectioned off portion of the hair, remove the knot, and hold it up and back comb it, then spray it with the hairspray. Then after that, we're going to take the brush and smooth out the top of both teased or back combed pieces. To further smooth it out, I am spraying some hairspray on my fingers and rubbing it on the top part of the teased or backcombed section, as well as spraying a tiny bit directly and brushing it through gently to smooth. What I'm about to do next, I don't really recommend that anyone else out there in the world actually do this, but this is just what I do to make my hair stay how I want it. I do spray it with hairspray and then use a heat tool directly on it while it's still wet with hairspray, which does make my hair sizzle. But I have yet to see a problem with it because I do have so much hair that it really doesn't matter. This is a very neat tool that I'm about to use. It's by Ion, and you can do spirals with this, or you can flatten your hair with this. I am going to use the spiral option, and this is me rolling up my hair. My hair is so long that it takes a ridiculous amount of time for me to roll it into any contraption like this. So here I will just keep rolling until it's done. And then once it is actually rolled up, my hair also has to be held in it for a ridiculous amount of time as well. Since there's so much hair, it takes a while for the heat to get all the way through. So I don't recommend that anyone hold it on their hair as long as I do either. And once again, don't do what I do. I'm touching this hot hair in this hot tool. I could very easily burn my fingers, but I know what I'm doing. I do it all the time. So I'm checking if the heat has went all the way through all this hair yet before I take it out. And I'm about to do something else that I don't recommend that anyone else out there do. Once I do remove this hot tool from my hair, I have a way that I make the curls stay nicer, longer. I hold the hot curl in my hand until it cools off. So this is what I'm going to do. Remove the tool very, very gently. And then I take the end of the curl and put it in the palm of my hand, and I scrunch it up all the way to the top very gently, and I just hold it there until the hair is completely cooled off. That way the curl will not get damaged and it will last much longer. Here I am letting it down, and there it is. I decided that the teased or backcomb section wasn't high enough, so I bumped it up extra with the heat tool here. And there it is. The only thing left to do is curl the other face framing portion, and that's it. That's the final product.
Craft cabin secure.